Hi everyone, this is going to be my top 8 Holy Grail card decks, like the top 8. And this is going to be from using these cards over the years. So, I really wanted to give myself some time and some years to see which decks I just reach for the most, which ones I would just always go for, which ones just I feel closest to in that sense. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but and the most used ones as well. So my most used cards, and I have a collection of over 100 decks, which I know is insane. Nobody needs that many, but my collection is so big and I get asked so many questions, lots and lots of emails. What do you recommend? Which cards are the ones that you've used the most? Which ones are worth the money? And so I am going to lay it out for you today. We've got some oracle cards. We've also got some tarot cards as well. And I'm going to give you my top 8 decks and the ones that I would just absolutely recommend over and over again. And you will see from evidence on my channel as well, just why I recommend these cards, and also you'll see just how used they are and how worn they are, and they are absolutely my top used cards. Now I will be honest, I do handle my cards quite gently, so and some of them you might be like, really Moonlight, are they really that worn? But they are, and you will be able to see some of that, okay? So I thought I'd just mention that as well. So let's start with number 1, let's get straight into it. I'm going to go with a tarot card deck. So number 1 is going to be, it's going to come as no surprise to anyone, to be honest, is Rider-Waite. This is the first, I believe one of the first decks that I ever got, and I bought this off of eBay, and it was brand new. You can really see how just used these cards are. These were white on the edges, now they've turned like this yellowy colour. I'm actually just going to turn the light on as well. Hold on a second. One sec. Oh, yeah, so you can kind of see just how used they are. And the reason why I love this deck so much, if I do that, is the colours. The colours just pop. They're extremely, extremely vibrant and bright. I even bought the original version of Rider-Waite. I don't believe this is the original version. I think this must be a reprinted version. But the colours were really dull. They were definitely not as bright as this. I also did a review between a couple of the Rider-Waite decks, and yeah, the blue was definitely not this blue and not this intense, but I just love this deck so much. I've used it without fail, and you guys can also see that right at the beginning, actually I wasn't very good with Roman numerals a very long time ago, and I actually used to write the actual number on top, and that's completely worn out, and that was it with a permanent marker which stayed on there for a very long time. So I have really used this deck. It was also very, very affordable, and now you can really see just how great quality they are as well. And these ones just haven't scratched. Some of my other tarot cards have completely scratched and worn out as well. Just based on a few uses here and there, which is kind of crazy. And these ones just have not scratched at all, which is kind of insane actually. I'll show you some of the scratched cards because they will make an appearance, but you can see just how worn out they are. I love this deck so much. My favourite, really, I mean, it's an original, it's Rider-Waite. I mean, even though Rider-Waite is technically not traditional tarot, it's not like the original, but it's got a history, it's got a story, and this is what so many people base their cards off of, right? Base their interpretations off of as well, is Rider-Waite and the illustrations as well. So that is number 1, okay? We're going to go now to number 2, and again, this is really not going to come to a surprise to many of you, and to be honest, I think that it's really optional, like either this or this, but I wanted to include both because recently, if you watch my videos, I've been using this deck a ton, and because this is a bit of a newer edition, you may not see much wear and tear on it, but I can definitely assure you that there is. It's just that you can't really see it on camera, which is a bit annoying, but it's definitely there. This is the Magicseer borderless cards, again inspired by Rider-Waite. Now Rider-Waite is in the public domain, which means that a lot of publishers will use Rider-Waite as inspiration and of course reproduce decks like this and resell them. I love this because it's borderless. I love the colours. The image quality is phenomenal, really great, and so that is what we have right here. Again, these cards have not scratched in any way, shape or form. The colours are absolutely stunning. I really like a borderless deck. I didn't realise how much I really like borderless decks until I got this one. But yes, this one does scratch a little bit. There are some scratches on it. Nothing major, but it's just something to be aware of, is that some cards do really scratch. And when I say really scratch, like you can see like a full-on like mark on some of them. So something to keep in mind. This one like never seems to scratch. But yeah, so we've got a border version, borderless version. It's really up to what you prefer, but I have both. So, you know, I use both, and you can see on my channel that I have used these two decks a lot on my channel. In fact, all of these I've used on my channel. Number 3 is this one. Comes to no surprise to those of you that watch my channel again. This is Trippin Waite, and it is from tarotcollectibles.com. I believe that's the only place you can get this deck. It is fun, it is colourful, it is vibrant. Love the back of it, you know, it's really pretty. And the back of this one is really nice too. The card quality of this one is good too, but this one is like a soft card. It's really great quality, but it's definitely like a softer card. So when you shuffle it, it doesn't make this like ridiculous noise that some of the other cards can make, because it's just like really, see what I mean? It doesn't like, it's not like, this one's not too bad, but some of them, they really are actually, I'll show you the other one, okay, when I shuffle it, but some of them like really are very like, the card, it's like paper, you know, it just like keeps like, they're all paper, but you know what I mean, like some of them are really harsh to shuffle. This one's very soft, and you can see just how much I have used this deck as well. I don't know if you can see it, but it is one of my most used as well. Again, the edge is like turning yellow as well, just with the continuation and the continual usage, and you can see on the corners as well just how used they are, because it used to all go to the edges, and so the edges are sort of doing their thing. Okay, so I love this deck because it is like Rider-Waite, but it's just got this absolutely beautiful theme, which I love. It's so colourful, it's very, very beautiful, and it's just very uplifting. It's not colourful to the point where I go, oh my gosh, that's just too much. It's colourful to the point where I go, wow, like that's a deck, you know, that is a deck. I like it a lot, you know. So that is number 3, Total Holy Grail. I just, when I saw this deck, I was like, oh my goodness, I need this in my life. And then I contacted James, and at the time this deck was not on sale because they'd done, I think, a funding. And so I contacted James. I was like, you know, I have this YouTube channel. I really want to buy these cards, and I really wanted to purchase them. And he was so lovely. He sent them to me for free, and you know, I've been using them on my channel, and he's just such an incredible person. I never expected that. I was totally, totally willing to buy these, just because, you know, I couldn't find them anywhere. And the fact that he, you know, made them available now, you know, and they are for purchase, but also that he sent them to me was just such an incredible thing. Like, I love this deck so much, and yeah, this is one I would have purchased with my own money, but I was just so lucky that, you know, he sent them to me. So nice, so nice. This is one of the first ones I ever purchased. Oh my goodness, Golden Universal. Golden Universal. Look at how much I've used this deck. A lot. You can see on the edges as well. You can see all the white on the edges. That was not how it was. But this is used and loved. And oh my gosh, it is one of those decks that you look at and you go, wow. Especially if you guys love gold and you love reflection and reflective things, sparkly things. This is such a beautiful deck. It's got foiling on it as well. I'm not sure what happened here. This actually came like this. I think that might just be how the deck is. But just look at that. It's so beautiful. Some of them are completely foiled, like this one, for example, has gold dots in the background. And this one, look at that, so beautiful, reflective. I love it. It's a statement. It's also quite compact. Card quality is soft. Card quality is great. Love the back. It's very ornate, very pretty. Let's go to another deck. Okay, this is also by Tarot Collectibles. They make some great decks. They make lots of other ones as well that I do have, but you know, for the top 8, I mean, I really felt like this one had to be in it, and then this one I've been using on my channel a lot recently as well. Ta-da! I actually forgot the name of this one. It's either Blacklight Tarot or Backlight Tarot. I keep forgetting which one it is, but it's definitely on their website, and it is so beautiful. I love these neon colours that they have incorporated. I love that you can put it this way or this way, and you've got this pentacle melting. It's just so beautiful. Look at this, right? I believe there's a certain light that you can use with this, which can actually make the colours even brighter. Like you can use it in the dark or something like that. It's not glow in the dark, but you can use a special light with it to basically make the colours pop more. Oh my gosh, look at this. You can't tell me that this is not beautiful. And then, oh, sorry, it's upside down. It is such a spectacular and special deck. You know, it's one of those things. Just look at that. It just is stunning. It's so beautiful, and again, it's very much so inspired by Rider-Waite, and I really like it. It's not to say that I don't like non-Rider-Waite style decks. It's just these are the ones that I feel most drawn to, and you know, that I just love so much and that I just enjoy the most as well. So, you know, that's something to, for sure, you know, keep in mind. Look at that. Even the Death card looks appealing. Never thought I'd say that. And also with the Trippin Waite and the this deck as well, they do put some interesting other cards in here. Not so many to the point where it's like, oh my god, I don't know what this is, don't know what that is. This one has the Guru card in it, which I think is really unique. And then this one has here the Trippin Squirrel, which is rather cute. So yeah, I love this deck so much. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful and vibrant, colourful. Just look at the Lovers card as well. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. It's a statement. But it's not like so vibrant to the point where it makes you want to go, no, that's too much. It's just enough. It's beautiful. Love it. Okay, so that is this deck right here. Let's go to another deck. Now we are going to go into the messages. So this is a deck that I've been using a lot on my channel, and it is the Eternal Messages. Now I got this from the Playing Cards website, where basically, if you want to upload a deck on there, you can, and you can make your own deck, I believe, and you can even get it printed. But then there are some people that sort of make their decks and just sort of keep it on there, and you can like purchase other people's decks that they have actually made, and then this website will basically print them out. So this is one that I found on there. It's called Eternal Messages. I would just say, like, a couple of these cards do have spelling errors, so it's just one thing to keep in mind. The other thing as well is that my cards did come very, very scratched. It's not something I actually did myself, but they did come very scratched. And also, on top of that as well, they got even more scratched when I was using them as well. So there were some scratches that were already there, and to be honest, I didn't really make a fuss about this, because the thing is, to buy these cards, it's so expensive. They are really expensive cards to buy on that website. I guess because they like print them as and when and how. But yes, it is pricey. I bought this with my own money, and I did also, well, I paid additional shipping to get it faster, but they were pretty pricey. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You get a fair amount of cards for sure. As you can see here, and it's got this rose on it with eternal messages, and then it's got these messages which says, you know, I love you and I have a lot of gratitude for you. Now again, you can pick up, you see all these marks here, those are all like marks and things that just kind of collect on the cards. Now some of these cards did naturally come with a lot of these marks as well, which is a little bit annoying, and then some of them just like, I think the card quality is okay. It's not like extremely flimsy, like it's okay, but the one thing I will say is that they do collect a lot. So, you know, dust, it will collect that very easily, it will show it very easily. Fingerprints, scratches, things like that. Well, not fingerprints necessarily, but like scratches, it will definitely show. But I love them for the cards that they are. That's the thing, right? So even though that is one of the flaws of these cards, like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I like the messages, right? And I really do feel like this is such a great deck that I use this so much in a lot of my readings. I don't even think you can really pick up on just how messy some of these cards are. Let me try and find an example. Well, we've got, see that in the middle? I just wish that they had a little bit better quality control on some of the cards, because some of them are really scratched, and I know for a fact that that's not me that's done a lot of these scratches. Don't know if you can see, like right there, the light's just not catching it, but there was one. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. Here you go. That I definitely didn't do. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay, so I still really like these cards. It's a real shame that it's got so many scratches, and it's just, I wish it didn't. Oh my goodness, look at that. I didn't do that either. like the little scratches, like the little ones, you know, the really tiny ones, which to be honest, you can't even see. You know, some of them, my nails could have done that, but to be honest, I don't know, because that hasn't happened with any of my other cards to that level. You know, there's just like tiny little scratches, but I mean, this is a lot, and they did come like this as well. So as you can see at the top there as well. Anyways, that's not the point. I really like these cards in general. It's just a shame that the quality is just so not good, but I really love these cards so much, especially with the messages. They're great for love readings, great for trying to figure out what someone else is thinking, you know. So eternal messages. I know that it comes in my top 8, but that's because of the, you know, that's for the content of what it actually brings, rather than, you know, I mean, the quality, I guess I have to deal with that, but it's more so about what's actually on the cards itself. It's very simple, gets to the point. Okay, so number 7, we've got this deck, which is going to be one that, you know, people are going to have opinions about. Not bad ones, but just because I guess, you know, Doreen Virtue is no longer on this path, and you know, it's her choice, of course, but this deck is no longer being produced in that way. It is being copied, let's be very honest. It's being copied and sold on Amazon and lots of other websites, eBay, I've seen it as well, but it's crazy because during the point where these were stopped, and it was so hard to get hold of. Obviously, you know, there were lots of factories that were not copying these and putting them onto the market, and at that time, this deck was retailing for like 70, 80 pounds at the time, sometimes even over 100. It's kind of crazy that that was happening, but I can understand the hype, why, you know, because this deck is one that you will see in so many people's collections. It's like an original, you know, and I've used it so much. You can see right here, the gold edging is like literally coming apart. But the actual quality of these cards is incredible. They don't scratch, really. I have not had any experience with, you know, scratching or anything like that. Great quality. I just love the contents of them. This is the, I forgot to even mention what it's called. It's the Romance Angel Oracle cards. And just some really lovely messages as well for love readings. And I mean, this is this is the first Oracle deck that I ever purchased. And you see, it's still in really great condition, even though I've used it so much. I'm very careful with my cards, which is why I was really frustrated with this deck, because I only just got this last year, this deck, and it's already so... It looks like it's the most used thing in my whole collection, which is not even the case. Whilst this one I got years and years ago. And it's still holding up, you know? So, yeah, I really love this deck a lot. I think that it's just incredible quality. It's really amazing. Obviously, you know, you guys might not be able to get this exact kind of quality deck unless, I guess, a company produces it like that, but as far as I'm concerned, you can still get it in other ways, but not in the like proper, I guess, way that it came. But yeah, it's really great. I really like it a lot. Colours are great. It's a holy grail. I like it. Okay, so that's Oracle deck number 1, and then the second Oracle deck. I know I have 6 tarot card decks and 2 Oracle decks. This one I got very recently, and I love this. Oh my gosh, let me just pick it up. Been using this a lot in the next 7-day readings that I do on my channel. 100 cards. Look at how beautiful this is. It just looks so like delicate and very beautiful. 100 cards. These are huge, by the way, so they are a little bit hard for me to shuffle, but I love what's on the cards. That's the thing, is that with all of these, I love what's actually on the cards. That is really what is the selling point for me. So these are the Life Coach Oracle cards, and they have a number, but they also have a title, and then it comes with a message at the bottom, and this really interesting illustration as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, the illustrations are, you know, okay. It's more so the messages that I'm just really enjoying, but I do think that this is very intricate as well, so I really do appreciate that. And because they're the Life Coach Oracle cards, I think that with any, you know, any question, anything that you're wondering about, I just feel like these cards are so brilliant at just, you know, telling it as it is. So this one says empath, you may be confusing other people's energy with your own. Then you've got here old habits. An old habit may be keeping you from moving forward. I just think that these are brilliant cards, you know, creative projects. You've got power struggle. And so 100 messages, environment as well. Now is a good time to clear, clean, and declutter your environment. I just think that these cards are brilliant, absolutely brilliant, for any kind of like overall life messages that you need to you need to hear. So those are my 8 decks, like ride or die, Holy Grail decks that I use. You've seen them on my channel, so you know I'm not lying, right? you know, and I know. So basically, those are the decks that we do have here, and yeah, you can see evidence of all of these on my YouTube channel, and I recommend them so much. I'm not sponsored by any one of these companies or publishers or creators to say anything about these decks. This is all 100% my opinion. What was I sent? Hold on, let me be transparent with you. Okay, so I was sent this deck here. But oh my god, I love this so much. And they also sent me a few other decks, you know. So this I was sent, this I was sent, and this I was sent from James at Tarot Collectibles. But they also sent me a few other decks as well. But you know, these are the 2 main ones that I just are ride or die. And then this I was sent as well. But oh my god, I just love this deck so much. And you guys can see just how much I use it, because there are so many decks that I do get sent, but I don't use all of them. You know, it's one of those things. Purchased. And I've purchased so many other ones also that I don't tend to use as well, so it's one of those things. But yeah, these are my Ride or Die Holy Grail cards that I totally would recommend to also beginners. I would recommend them to people who are advanced, intermediate. I mean, it depends, right? Because some of the more like colourful styles, it really depends on what you like at the end of the day. Like a lot of you know that I love, you know, gold and glitter and pretty things. You know, like that's literally what I wear as well. Like, you know, where is it? There it is. I just love these kinds of like bangles and, you know, jewelry and things like that. So that's why I also really just love, you know, I love colour as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we have there. So I hope this really helps. I hope this gave you guys some idea in that sense, and this is what we have. So I just also want to mention as well, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, that's also down below as well. They're done within 24 to 48 hours. And the last thing I want to mention is my intention items are also on Etsy. I also have some decks on Etsy as well, like tarot decks, oracle decks for sale, so do check those out. There's also the printable ones as well, so yeah, do check that out, black and white tarot cards. And then there's also the ones that I've made, which are the oracles. So yeah, do check those out. You're probably wondering, why didn't I include my own ones that I made? Well, because to be honest, I don't use them as much, so you know, I have to be 100% honest about that. But yeah, I do from time to time, but just not as much as these ones. So yeah, this is my reading. No, this is not my reading, this is my review, right? My review and my recommendations. So yes, take care everyone.